orange juice, vodka, and if you're feeling frisky, a little bit of peach schnapps. Sorry.
Is that a screwdriver?
Yeah, that's it.
Screwdrivers. This video is going to talk about what a screwdriver is, how it should be used, how it should not be used, safety precautions around screwdrivers, and also specifically around a really cool kit that I have from Ifixit. But today we're talking about screwdrivers, the tool, not the drink.
You brought me here for this? No, I'm serious. Hey, welcome to our tool series.
Welcome to our tool series, where we're going to talk about the basic uses of some simple tools that you might have around the house. Chances are you already know how to use this. And if you do, that's fine. You can skip this video. But, then again, you miss out on some of the funny things that we do.
I wore my This Old House hat today. I'll take it off.
Derailed us a little bit there. Okay.
First, before we get into any tools, all right, when you're using tools, when you're working on a project, something big, I'm not just saying, hey, I'm screwing in the back of an alarm clock after I change the batteries. You want to make sure that you've got eye protection, and if you need them, and you do with some bigger projects, your gloves.
A screwdriver is essentially a tool for tightening and loosening screws, ergo, screw driver. Most of them are going to be a metal shaft with a blade or a bit on the end and a handle of some variety. And chances are you've known about screwdrivers your whole life and never really put a second thought into them. There are many styles of screwdriver heads, but there are two major commonly available ones. They are the Phillips head, which looks like a plus sign, and the flathead, which looks like a straight line.
And that generally is the head of the screw as well.
Yep. There are a lot of different sizes of screwdrivers, all the way down to tiny ones you would use to repair glasses with or other small electronics.
I use that type of kit. I don't wear glasses anymore, but I use that type of kit for switch repairs and things like that.
Small electronics,
small electronics, computer stuff. The cameras we use, they're perfect for that.
All the way up to big ones that you might use if you were taking off plates for electrical sockets, or doing larger electrical work, or even doing things like home repair with things like
that's just
decks
the biggest one Joe has.
It is actually not the largest one.
I've seen them bigger.
It's actually not the largest one that I have.
Oh, well, why don't we have the largest one you have out,
because I
Joe?
didn't think to get it out. But here's the largest one I've got.
This is a short sword. Not really, but it's a huge screwdriver. I don't even know what the hell you would use this on, Joe.
This was donated to the tool library, and what I think is great is that it's got it's metal all the way through. So
it's like it's built like someone made it themselves on a forge.
Right?
Yeah,
this thing is a beast. There's also some screwdrivers that come with removable bits. This one is actually removable reversible. So it's got a flathead on one side and a Phillips on the other, and that's convenient. Also has a socket on the other end. So.
And when I'm using a smaller screwdriver for projects, I generally get a ratcheting screwdriver because they're arm on that.
It'll apply torque in one direction and spin freely in the other direction. So you can just go
so you can ratchet it and put it in.
The other thing I wanted to show, though, is aside from having single standalone handles here like this, there are some precision screwdriver sets out there, and I have this one from Ifixit, and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to dig into showing you guys what it was, and Jason hasn't seen this yet, so we're going to take a moment and show you what the Ifixit kit looks like. As you know from the previous video, the Ifixit group is a great group. They sell awesome tools, but they're also advocates for the right to repair, and screwdrivers are the best tool available for your repair needs. If you need to open something up, if you need to take it apart and disassemble it, you're going to need a screwdriver. I'm going to clear these guys away and open up this kit, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay, that's great.
So this Ifixit kit comes in this really nice little case. It's very convenient, well laid out. It's got a Velcro enclosure, and it's got more than just screwdrivers. It has all kinds of little pry bars and spudgers, I think they're called.
What is a spudger?
It's for opening up things you might need to pry. And this one's plastic, right? So full set of tools here. They've got some suction cups for applying to the glass. of like a cell phone if you need to peel it off or something like that. Got an anti-static wristband here for when you're dealing with sensitive electronics, some tweezers, but we're talking about screwdrivers today, and so this is the screwdriver portion of the kit.
Oh, wow.
And what I like about this, you were talking about ratcheting screwdrivers. Here's the handle. On the end of this, it's got a spinny bit so that when you're holding onto it, you can apply pressure with one hand and spin the handle with the other hand and not lose your grip on your pressure hand. And the number one thing that's frustrating to me when I'm using a screwdriver is getting misaligned with the screw because I'm trying to apply torque and my wrist isn't a perfect movement. So with this guy, I'm able to pick any bit that I want, put it in, and then apply torque while applying pressure with this hand. And for small electronics, having the right amount of pressure to keep that screw seated straight or to make sure that you're able to pull it out of the socket is great.
There's like 100 bit heads with this thing. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not the most handy guy in the world. Everything I built is crooked and is never level, and that's just how it is. I just get it done for, I guess, function and not aesthetic. But until we started doing a little more heavy reading and really looking into the right to repair, I'd never heard of Ifixit. And again, it's not a sponsorship. This is a gear episode technically, so, and a DIY episode kind of thrown together. So this is a product that we've used and Joe has used and we're going to recommend. So if check them out. This is
and an extremely ethical company too.
Yeah, this is a fantastic little kit.
They're not just making tools to make money. They're using money that they earn to go out and litigate and lobby local governments for instituting laws that give you the right to repair the things that you have purchased. If you're not familiar with right to repair, check out our video before we had introducing this series, and then check out some of the links that we're going to put in about Ifixit and right to repair. I'll probably also put a link into another tutorial on how to use screwdrivers. But we just really wanted to highlight what screwdrivers are used for, the fact that this cool kit exists. And I want to do one more thing. I wanted to talk about a couple things you don't use screwdrivers for. Number one thing, you should not use a screwdriver as a pry bar. A lot of people will stick a screwdriver in somewhere and dig it in and try to pry at it, open a paint can, something like that. While it will probably function for that, it's not the best use for a screwdriver.
No.
The shafts of screwdrivers are generally round, and so they're just not going to sit right, and it'll probably damage the surface that you're levering off of. And you might damage the bit end. So I really, really recommend, even though it's tempting and it's handy when you have a screwdriver, don't use your screwdrivers as pry bars.
A damaged end will strip a screw.
And
getting a strip screw out is terrible.
Yeah, and there are tips online for how to do that, but if you don't have to, it's better not to strip the screw in the first place. So this has been our episode about screwdrivers. I hope you found something useful. Check out Ifixit if you're looking for a precision toolkit that has all sorts of fun things like these security torque screws.
I love this suction cup,
so that you can open up your cell phones.
This is fantastic.
Repair your Xbox or whatever, and
it's nice quality plastic too. I don't know what this thing is, but it looks like
it's a pry bar for opening up cases, right?
Oh, this is what you use instead of the screwdriver.
Yep. They've got little guitar picks in here for keeping the thing open. Once you've gotten it pried open, you can shove it into the case. So this is a great kit. They have other ones. They've got some smaller ones. You can buy just the bits. They've got...
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
What did you buy this kit for?
I bought this kit because I work on computers. I want to be able to open up a laptop, for example, and get the hard drive out when I'm done with it, so I can preserve my data while passing the hard drive on to somebody else, or if I want to upgrade the memory. And a lot of times they have just really tiny screwdrivers. And while the jeweler's kits are kind of good for that, it's only good if they're Phillips head or flatheads, right? This has Torx bits, which are 6-lobed.
Star bits.
Torx
bits.
This has little tiny Allen wrench shapes.
Allen heads. This is amazing.
This has got the 2-prong opener. I don't know if you've ever seen those. But
Yes.
there's some specialty bits that are specialty.
I work in the security field, and two-prong screws are used quite a bit for our mechanisms and things.
They're put out there because they want to make it harder for people to undo, and this kit will get you around most of those things.
Now, always research what you're working on.
Absolutely.
And find tutorials for each individual project or item. But this kit really does, and again, this is my first time seeing this kit. This kit really looks like it would cover a multitude of things.
Check out the right to repair movement. Check out this kit from Ifixit,
which will help you do good
and be good.